Hello, everyone. Hello. How's everybody doing? Come on, join. As we get started, I'm David Witherspoon, the creator and founder of the Ultimate Lean Academy. We're here watching this video on one of them, and we're actually just getting started and just showing you never give up. No matter how much life bounces you back and forth, never give up. Because in life you have to go do some ups and downs. You're going to bounce back. You're going to make it on the top, and then it's going to feel like you're losing and losing as you made it up top, and then you're not just the person. You're the trampoline that is making yourself bounce back. So every time you fall, you just get up stronger and stronger, and eventually you'll make it to the top. Just don't give up. I'm using a change system that teaches you never give up. So never give up. We're gonna work on this business, guys, and get started. How's everybody doing? Good shot. We had on the other thing. How you doing? How's everybody doing? Um, we're gonna start this and really get this started. The thing I have on here is how do we double our profit and exceeding today's business world? The key is if your business is not running a system, then a system is running your business. I'm not sure if anybody understand that and really understand where that's going and how that's really taken us. How do you doing, Essent? Involved. How are you doing? Good to have you here. But what we're going to talk about is how to improve your business. If anybody running a business or an entrepreneur, um, state your name or just where you're from. All of y'all are just kind of just tell me where you're from. Everybody who's on here, let me know where you're from. But if you're want to start a business or you have a business or you're doing entrepreneurship and you're just trying to get life together, this will be the program for you. This will be, I will do this every day at 12 o'clock, and we'll be on here talking about just how to get people to really learn this change system. This change system I used years and years ago that I've been working at a manufacturing plant. And we've been doing things for a long time. I've been using this system, and we've been actually using the system to really grow our plant, grow everything in the United States. So when I was working at Eaton for 20 years, I really went around the world working with Lean, Six Sigma, and really getting things together. I've been a lean manager for three or four different plants, and we use these tools to help manufacturing plants, franchises. What I did back 10 years ago, I retired and really started this business to really help small business double their profit. So if you're on here and you want to double your profit, you want to be able to succeed in this business world and want to be sustainable, want to be in here for 10, 20, 30 years or generational wealth, just like Walmart, Amazon, just different plants, or you want your business to be like that, this is the place to be. I'm going to teach you a system that's going to teach you how to sustain your business, how to double your profit, how to learn how to run your business like a franchise. It's simple, and only thing you need is just some time and just having me and you here. We're going to grow together. I have a business, I have a company. It's called Ultimate Lean Academy, but I have different, I call myself an entrepreneur. I'm able to start up plants, start up businesses, and go to the next. And it's my businesses. So I'll run you down how I use this lean system, how I use this change system to have an event center that I turn an event center into a bank. that I bought a bank, I gutted it out, and now I'm making almost 6, 7 figures at this bank here. It's called Silver Spoon Event Center. My last name Witherspoon, and this is called Silver Spoon. I call this Silver Spoon because I believe this is just my motto. Even though you are not born with a silver spoon in your mouth, you deserve to be treated like one. So here we at Silver Spoon, we're gonna treat you like you deserve, like you have a silver spoon in your mouth, like you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. And we were. We all were born. How you doing? Seneca Soul, DH Lady, how's everybody doing? Come on and join. Great job, man. One Zam, come on, join. All right, so we got this right here, man. It's like I have this building where I have it for 6 years, and I started this business by implementing the lean change system, this change system that we're going to be using here. Okay, so we're going to be I'm going to be teaching you the lean change system, and we're going to get started. So I just going to give you a rundown of my life. Okay, I have event building. I also have, I'm a real estate um, agent. I flip houses. I flip over 6 to 10 houses. Um, I also have property management. I manage over 20 to 30 houses. I also am a personal trainer and nutritionist. So what I did with this change system was at the age of 30, I had none of this. And when I really got into lean and changed my life, and I changed everything with me. The thing that we have a problem with, if you really want to make it, is you have to be adjustable and be able to ready to change. Change is something that we're afraid of, but with this system, it will teach us how to change, because you know, we're a creature of habits, and when we get into a habit and when we do a pattern, our body will continuously do that, no matter automatic, because we don't want to put everything in our conscious. We don't have a lot of stuff in our subconscious. So what we would do once we get a pattern, once we get a habit, it will go into our subconscious and it will automatically do it, no matter if you don't want to. So what we have to do is create a change system that will change our habits that we have mentally here, and then we will be able to change our business also. But we will be able to change our business and our mindset at the same time. It takes 28 to 30 days to change or to break or make a habit. With this change system, we will consistently have you work in this system that you'll create your good habits and get rid of the bad habits. And that's the thing we're going to do with this change system. It's also going to teach you how to focus on profit and customer service. Those are the only two things that this thing is going to really focus on: how to make more money and how to make your customers happy. So who's ready to join this? Who's ready to get started to kind of like, look, man, I want to learn how to double my profit. Who's on here want to double their profit? Who's want to exceed in their business world today? Because this thing is getting real rough now working um, in a business world. I know a lot of people is thinking about leaving their 9 to 5. A lot of people are losing their job at the federal government. So they're now trying to get into fields that they work for themselves. So they're trying to be more independent. But if you don't have a business background, if you don't have a business system, then 9 out of 10 times you may fail. It may last 3 years or not. But you need a business background, you need a business system, either one. A lot of people don't have the luxury to have that. I That's why I'm on here. That's why I want to be on here every day. I'm gonna be on here every day at 12 o'clock, and we're gonna talk about business system, how I can teach the business system, and you don't need to go to college. You don't need to get an MBA. I have my MBA. I have 3 years for my DBA, which is Doctorate of Business Administration. So I've been in the business world for a long time. I, I manage over 20,000 people. I manage a whole system of lean at Eaton, where we did the sales and marketing group, where I was the manager over that. I was the CEO was the vice president of the lean management system of that company. So what I'm going to teach you is step by step how to run your business, how to double your profit, how to have good customer service. If you're ready to get this thing started, let's go and just continue just being able to work with your business and being able to say, I can do it. Together we can, together we will. That's my motto. So um, tell me what's up, Kim? How's everybody doing? What's up, Bill? How's everybody? Um, how you doing? How's everybody doing? Um, Everybody come and join, man. We're gonna get started. We've started, but I've been doing this for 20 years, and I just want to let everybody know that this thing can be done. This thing can be, we can double our profit. What we have to realize that we got to ask this question: do our business run a system? Do our business, when we running our business, and I'm not talking about just no, oh yeah, I'm using a software. No, I'm talking about your overall business. Do it have a system that you can be able to take it and then duplicate it somewhere else? You can use that system and duplicate that same business somewhere else and duplicate it and not even, and just have it on paper. See, a lot of people thinking they have a system, but 9 out of 10 times they don't. When I ran these companies, they thought they had a system. I had to implement the lean system in all of these plants because we did not really run a system. Every plant ran it how they wanted to run it. They didn't have a system. They had just people running the business. When you have a system, that means systematically you're going to do it this way no matter what, unless you change it. But every business is going to run their system the way how the system say runs it. So with this change system, I'm going to teach you how to implement these change system into your business and how to double your profit. Okay, the one step that we are talking about with this system, with this change system, is that it focuses on profit. And the way you make profit, what is profit? Profit is revenue minus expenses. When you get into this business world, just realize you have to create a P&L sheet, a profit and loss. You need to know how you're making your money, and you need to know where money is going. You know what I'm saying? What's your expenses? Every month you need to know how much you're spending. Every month you need to know how much you're making, so we can make an adjustment per month. The reason why we can't adjust is because we're not doing the right thing. So I want to be on here to teach y'all the steps. So profit is one, and it's revenue minus expenses. What you're going to do to really get your profit up is to really just be able to get rid of, make more money. That's one way, or spend less. That's another way. Okay. So you can make more money by making more product, by selling more, or you could cut your expenses by spending less, by doing things efficient, by not doing it over, by eliminating as much waste in your process as possible. Okay. So the way lean focuses on making profit, it does help you making sales, but the main thing lean does is it focuses on expenses. It focuses on waste, eliminating waste. Waste don't mean anything to us, and waste don't mean anything to our customers. That's what we call waste. Waste is anything that the customer is not willing to pay for. So we're going to continue focusing on how we can create waste, how we can eliminate waste, and how we can really get people to join and be able to eliminate waste. Y'all come on and join and just sit here for a while so we can learn this right here. So we're going to get engaged. If you stay at the end, we're going to do a drawing. And a drawing is we're going to draw and we're going to give out a prize. So if you stay to the end, we're going to give out a prize and be able to discuss what we're going to do with our business. All right. So we're going to give out prizes. This thing is a change system where we're going to change the way we think, to change the way we see things. There's 4 steps that you need to learn with this business, with this change system. We have an acronym called SAVE. SAVE, SAVE. And what that means stands for. SAVE stands for when you run your business. I don't want you to walk this through me. When you got your business, I need you to check your business and say, if you're trying to start a business, say you're trying to start a business, or if you're at a bind where you're running your business and you're trying to make it better, or you're trying to make more profit, or you try to improve your business. So the main thing you need to do with that is set your goals. What are you trying to do with your business? What are your goals? Let's say, for instance, if you're trying to improve your business and profit wise, if you're making, let's say, 10K a month and your goal is to make 15K a month, that's a $5,000 gap. Between that gap, therefore, you need action items. You need action items. Okay. And action items will get you from 10,000 to 15,000. And that's where, when you set your goals, we're going to use this lean tool that's called value stream mapping. Value stream mapping. That's where you're going to be able to set your goals. You're going to be able to value what your business is. You're going to map it out. You're going to go from step 1 of how your business started, and then what's the end result, how it gets to your customers. Okay. You're going to start from your supplier, where you're getting your product from, or whatever you're selling. And then at the end, we're going to process your map all the way to the end customer. Okay. So we're going to map it out. After we map it out, we're going to give it a step-by-step of how can we get to those 10,000 to 15,000. We're going to create a bunch of action items. Those action items is going to be a bridge from 10,000 to 15,000. Okay, so you're going to say, I need to make more calls. I'm giving an example. Or I need to focus on my business more. I need to spend more time on my business. I need to learn marketing skills. I need to get online with David and learn this change system so I can double my profit. So if you're going from 10 to 15 and want to go to 15,000 a month, or 10 to 20,000, because my goal is to double your profit. So if you're making 10,000, my goal is for you to make 20,000 a month. Okay. Or if you make it 20,000, I need you to make 40,000 a month. Okay. So this change system will double your profit because it's going to focus on profit and customer service, nothing else. And it's going to give, and it's a system that we're going to use. It's a system that you're going to use value stream mapping. That's one of the tools. I need you to write that down. VSM, value stream, like a stream, mapping. Okay, so that's one tool. That's S. You're gonna set your goal by using the value stream mapping. I'm gonna teach you that. I have a website. I also have a class. I have a community. So I'll get y'all in that community. Just leave y'all name. If some of y'all can inbox me And if you're interested in getting into this class or getting into my website, I have my website. I'll type my website so y'all can look at what we're doing, how we're doing this system to really double our profit, and how I've been able to do this for um, hundreds of plants when I was working in the manufacturing field as a lean manager. I've been able to use this tool to go to China, Brazil, Mexico, around the world to use the system. Everybody is using this system. It's just small business don't know about it. Have you ever heard of Lean Six Sigma? Have you ever heard of Lean Six Sigma? Um, it's just a tool. It's just a tool. And everybody is using it. Walmart, Amazon, everybody, Apple, everybody, all the big franchises. What I realized that if I'm making all this money for these big franchises, I'm making savings, I'm making them double their profit. I'm like, why don't I just retire and just teach small business people here? Like, we're struggling. The reason, we're struggling here, it's very hard for small business to make it. So it's because we do not have a system, a true system that we can run by. And I want us to learn the system. If you're interested, inbox me to make sure, and I'll give you, check out my website. I'll pin my website, but check out my website and really understand that we can do this. We can really make sure that we can make our business double and sustainable and last 20 to generational business. You can be a Walmart. You can be like the Waltons. You can be like the Heinz. I want to be Silver Spoon. I want to be like Witherspoon generation. My kids, my grandkids, my great great grandkids running this system, running my business. A lot of people don't work hard like us. A lot of people who run business, they'll work hard and they business, and then soon they get sick or soon, something happen. Nobody can duplicate that. Their kids are not going to be like, I don't want to work like my mama been killing herself. I don't want to do all that stuff. So then your business fail. I don't want to work hard like my daddy. He been a contractor and he been working on houses, but he did not develop a system. He developed a independent business owner because it's only him, and he may have some few workers, but soon when that leave, that business is gone. So now we need a system that the system is running the business, not the individual. That's the problem we have in today, is that we trying to run the business all by ourselves when there's a system out there that's willing to help you, that's its job to help you run your business. But we're not taking advantage of this system. And the system is called Lean Change System. It's only 3 or 4 tools that we're going to use, that we need to use to make this thing work. So y'all come on here. What's up, Nova? How you doing, Nova? How's everybody? Good, good. Text something, say, hey, what's up? How's everybody? How's everybody doing? I'm looking at everybody, wave. Um, so um, make sure you send, give, or whatever you want, man. But this system is going to be so powerful that I'm going to be on here every day, and that I have a community. I have a free ebook. When you get into this community, it's going to teach you the steps of how to run your business. It's going to teach you how to double your profits. It's going to teach you how to keep your customers sustainable there. So this system is so valuable that every company is using it except us. We just don't have the profit. We don't have the money to even afford a system like this. So I was able to break it all down that we can put it in a booklet and learn this in like 2 to 3 months, and we'll be solidified. So in 1 year, Once you learn the system, you'll double your profit. So no matter if you're making $1 million, when you learn the system, I'll get you to make $2 million. And it's dealing with profit. Okay. So I'm not saying you're going to double your revenue. I'm saying you're going to double your profit. What this tool is going to teach you is that you're spending too much, that we're going to eliminate the waste of what we're spending, even time. There's so many wastes in our system that we're going to be able to eliminate a lot of things that we thought that was valuable, that we're going to be able to look at it and systematic to see if it's need to be changed or whatever we need to do to make this thing run. But one thing we're going to do is make sure that we run this system right. Okay. We're going to do the system right and make sure we want to do good. So all here, can you type your name? Is there a way you can type your name or just tell me where you're from? But as I told you, we talk about S, set your goals. The next letter is A. A is accountability. A is accountability. We're going to be able to hold you accountable. We're going to use this team to hold us accountable. We're going to use this lean change team. We got a community that when you join this system, you'll have a community and we're going to hold each other accountable, like-minded people who's using this same system. We're going to be able to help each other because it's going to take 28 to 30 days to keep this habit. When you try to learn something and you try to implement it, it's very hard for you to consistently have it there when you don't have a habit. Okay, so we're going to create good habits for our business. We're going to eliminate waste for our business, and we're going to be able to grow our business to double our profit. Okay, so we're going to have accountability, that I'm hold you accountable, that you're going to hold your end of the bargain, meaning that stay on here until the end. Let's learn how to get knowledge on our business. Let's get business knowledge. Let's get financial literacy. And this is going to teach you all. This lean chain system is teaching all of that. When it's talking about profit, it's going to teach you financial literacy. When it's talking about profit, it's going to teach you about how to run your business. That's why you're making profit, because you're going to run your business much more efficient. You're going to run your business much more faster and less effort, because we're going to create systems to run it, and it's not just you. Okay, so the A is accountability. And how do we create accountability? By the lean to 5S. Y'all write that down. So I mentioned two tools that you're going to be using in lean. One is value stream mapping. Two is 5S. Okay, so 5S, meaning five, the number five, and then the letter S. It's 5S's that you're going to have to look at. Accountability, meaning you're going to have to look in the mirror and you're going to have to either get rid of stuff or keep stuff. You have to make decisions. You have to be accountable for your business. 5S meaning sort. The first S is sort. You're going to have to sort out the good and the bad. You're going to have to sort out what's valuable and non-valuable to your business. And you have to hold yourself accountable, because you're going to have to make that decision and say, okay, if it's not benefiting my business, then I need to sort and get rid of it. Sorting means you keep, it's sorting means that you deciding if it's good or bad or not. Okay, so you want to sort out all your system or everything you're doing in your business. You're going to look at it and say, is this what I'm doing valuable to my customers? If it's not valuable to your customer, then the next question you need to ask is, why am I doing it? If the customer's not paying for it and it's not valuable, why am I doing it? Okay, so, or why do I have it here? So you're going to sort out everything in your business to make sure that you're doing things that's valuable. And that's sort. One is set your and so it's just five S's that you're gonna go down the five S. It's got sort straight. That means after you sort it out, after you get rid of the bad stuff and you keep the good stuff, now you need to straighten that up. Now you need to make sure it's in its place where it need to be. And then um, set in order, meaning now you're gonna place it in order. Okay, so now you're gonna shine it or you're gonna make it look good. Now you're gonna place it in a reasonable place. And then now standardize it, meaning that we're gonna do this once you set it in place. Now you wanna be able to write it down, you wanna take pictures, because this is gonna be your standard. Okay, so this is how you're gonna be a standard. Let's say if you sort out your desk and you clean your desk off, you got rid of everything off your desk that you don't need, and you kept everything that you want. So you sort. So now you have to straighten it out, now fix it up and make sure it's in place. And then now setting order, meaning now you're gonna have to organize it. Like now you're gonna have to label it, and now you're gonna have to put it in order where it need to be. And then next is standardize. Now you're gonna say, this is how we're going to do this every day. This is how it should look every day. And if it don't look, we can take a picture of it, we can write it down and everything. So if you're running a business and you're saying, this is what I need to do every day, standardize that. Standardize your process. Okay, so if this is how you need to do things Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, that's what you need to do. What's up, Erica? How you doing, Erica? How you doing, Kim again? Tanya, how you doing? DJ Smooth, what's good? Come on, guys, come on. Join. Let's go, let's go. Give out some diamonds, give out whatever, guys. We're teaching this system to show that we can do this thing. Together we can, together we will. We're gonna be able to do this so important where we can get this business together. All right, so what we're gonna do is after A, we're saying 5S. V is next. So we got S, A, and then V. V equals to value. Now you're gonna have to look at your business and you're gonna have to tell me, what is the value of your system? What is the value of your business? What is valuable? What is non-valuable? How can you bring value to your business? Write down all the value system that you have value of your business. Like, what are you selling? What are you serving? What are you doing? What are you doing? How are you really making this be part of your life? So this is going to be very good. So let's learn how to improve ourselves. Let's learn how to make sure that we are doing the right thing for our business. So let's continue growing our business by bringing value to it. And you know how you get value for your system? It's by asking your customer, what is value? Value is what the customer is willing to pay for. If the customer is not willing to pay for it, then is it valuable? Is it valuable? If the customer is not willing to say, yeah, how are we gonna, if the customer is not willing to pay for different things, if the customer is not willing to to care about anything, then maybe it's not worth it. Maybe it's not something that you need to be doing. Because if it's not valuable, if the customer is not doing it, if the customer is not seeing value in it, and just because you see value in it, if your customer don't see value in it, then is it truly valuable? That's what we're gonna have to do to really kind of look at how we take this thing to the next level. Is how do we know what is valuable? And it's because we ask our customers. And the customers say they're willing to pay for it, then it's valuable. But the customer is not willing to pay for it, then it's not valuable. So let's get this thing going by making sure we create value. And you need to learn how to create value in your business. The system will use standardized work for your V. So the tool, lean tool for value for V is standardized work. Standardized work will create all the value that you have. It will gather all the value, and then you standardize that value. You say, okay, this is what the customer is willing to pay for. This is what the customers want to see. And this is valuable because it's more efficient to go to this process. So if you create something and create value, and it's a process, you got to do step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and 5, and so on, then standardize that and put it on paper. So any process you have that you see that it should go that way and is valuable to the customer, and it should go this way and that way, you need to standardize that. Therefore, everybody will know to use this system, use this process, and that it's standardized, that everybody is using it the same way, everybody doing it the same time, and everything, if that's your standard. So it won't get confused. So it will be able to, you can hand it down to your kids. You can hand it down to people, your next generation. So it become a standard. Okay. So every process that you're doing, you want to create a standardized work. That's a, that's just, that's just your process on paper. It can change, but for now, if you're doing it this way, like that, then that's what you're going to do. Now, if you want to change it, you can then change. After you change the process, then you change the standard work. Okay. Let's say, for instance, one was at 5, but you move it to 1. You can change it. You can change it, but make sure you change that in your standardized work too. Don't keep it that. Don't keep it the way. So you're going to have to update your standardized work daily or monthly. Whenever you change your process, real life, you have to make sure you change the standardized work, real life too. So that once we get sick or whatever, and we got a process, we got it on paper, we don't have to be there to do it. We just give the person the standardized work, and they work off the standardized work. You don't have to sit there and repeat things over and just show them. You can let them use the standardized work. You can still teach them, but at least they got a visual. At least they got paper that they can look it over and to make sure that it's right. Or you can look it over because you might have forgot about these steps, and now you're like, okay, yeah, these are the steps that, okay, this is how to do this. This is how to make. It's almost like a, a when these had when mothers back in the day used to have recipe, and they wrote the recipe down but would hide it, and then they would give it to their kids. That's like standardized work. They're actually writing it down and they hiding it so they can give it to the next generation. That's called a recipe. So they teach them step by step, put 5 eggs, two this, that. If they didn't have a recipe or didn't write it down, you'll find out that generation they lost. That's why these kids now don't know how to cook. Why? Because we didn't write it down. It was just by word of mouth. And then now the generation ain't gap so much that we're like, was it 4 eggs or 5 eggs? Mama told me it was 4 eggs. But if you had wrote it down, it could have been forever. And you can just look, I don't know if it's 4 or 5 eggs. Let's see what it said. And if you had it on paper, you could look at it and say, oh no, it's 4 eggs. And then it's this, and this. But for now, we need to standardize work, our process, our business. And that what Lean will teach you to do, to standardize your business. It will teach you to how to focus on how to improve your business, how to make sure it's growing, and how to make sure we do good. So while we doing this, while we creating value, while we doing standardized work, the last one, which is E, so that we're gonna spell save. So once you then finish save, we saving our company, we saving our business. So once you then did S, A, and then V, and then the last one is E. Once you set your goal and you say at the end of the year, I want to get this. And if your goal, if you achieve your goal, if you hit your goal, say if you wanted to make a 200,000, you made 100,000 this year, and you want to double your profit and make 200,000, then at the end of the year, if you hit your goal, then E is for enjoy. You're gonna have to enjoy by hitting your goals. Because sometimes we need to really be positive when we hit our goal. We're gonna have to reward ourselves when we hit goals, because that's our main objective was for this whole thing, was to set it and to hit it. And that's the value of the process. And the value of the process, if you end up hitting your goal, then you achieve something. Then that should be a reward. Why people, people have problems with is they still be upset and they still be mad, not realizing they hit a goal. Or we still depressed about our business. I'm not going to be depressed. Not when I know I hit my goal. Not when I know I'm doing good. So I need you to come up with a process, a system that is rewarding good behavior. So if your employees, if you end up hiring employees, if they hit their goals, you're going to reward them, because now you're teaching your body, you're teaching your mind that you get stuff when you hit stuff, when you make it good. Now you reward, now it becomes fun. Now you make it a game. Hey, I want to do this again. I was able to enjoy, I was able to reward myself when I hit this goal. I was able to reward myself to go to Hawaii. I was able to reward myself to give myself a massage. I was able to hit this goal, and I was able to reward myself by getting my feet and nails done. Reward yourself by hitting stuff. Don't reward yourself if you didn't even try. Reward yourself when you start hitting goals, and then that becomes your job. Your job don't become working. Your job becomes hitting goals. Your job every year should be setting goal and going out there and trying to hit them. That's all. That's your business. Setting your goals and hitting them. If you don't hit them, the E stands for also evaluate. If you didn't hit your goals, just make sure at the end you evaluate, because it's not always a failure if you don't hit your goals. It's not a failure because you didn't hit your goals. It's not a failure because um you just didn't hit your goals. Now you need to evaluate and say how far you were from your goal. If you didn't hit your goals and you hit 90% of your goals, is that a failure? No, that's not. You set stretch goals, and if you hit 90% of that, then you still need to reward yourself. And then you still can evaluate and then what you need to do to make up that gap. You was 10% short, and just next time you'll say what I need to do to hit that 10%. Okay. So you'll do things. What's up, cousin? Um, Uncle Grumpy. What's up? You'll be able to hit your goals, man. You'll be able to learn how to evaluate stuff. You'll be able to um, you'll be able to learn how to do things that you need to do. You'll do things that you really feel like it's really not your fault. That when you hit your goals, it's not that bad. It's not really um anything you did wrong. It's just that we set our goals and then just need to add different stuff to it, use the tools, maybe 5S some more, maybe learn what you need to do, maybe get some recommendation from your customers, ask a survey from your customers to see what do you need, what else you need, and go after that. Okay, so I'm teaching you how to really make sure that you hit your goals. Okay, so we're going to be able to learn how to do that, guys. We're going to be able to learn how to create um, habits. And as I say, E is going to be enjoy your success, because you're going to need that reward system to make sure you have a stable mind. Just running a business is very, very um, hard. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to sit on here and say, oh, I'm doing my business good. No, it's a struggle for me every day. But I have a system that teaches me how to improve. The system is called continuous improvement. The system is called lean. The system is called change. All of it's the same. You're trying to change the better for better. You're trying to improve for better. And you're trying to lean the waste. All of it is still improving. They got different names, but same meaning. And that's all of us. We all run different business, but our business should have the same meaning, that we need to improve our profit and customer service. That's the key. If we're not improving our profit and we're not improving our customer service, then we are failing company. So I need you to learn how to improve your company, improve your business, improve whatever you're doing. As you say, I came from Sumter, South Carolina. I was a young boy. I was in a dance group that, started a gang, and I even, just did a lot of stuff wrong. And I just changed. I just decided to change. I said, I don't want to live like this anymore. And I was able to use this lean system, not only just to change my business, I was able to change my life with this system. If you want to learn more about the system, you can change your life also. I'm doing a life history of just teaching people about the business, how to run the business, and how to make profit. If you're not making profit, then it's very hard to keep a business. Okay, so let's learn how to do this. Let's learn how to be able to grow with each other. Let's learn how to maintain processes and be able to standardize it. And then last tool that we'll use after you enjoy and evaluate is do it all over again. You're never stopping, always improving. You're never stopping. So after you then set your goal and you then create accountability team, after you then create value, and after you then either hit it, enjoy, or evaluate, guess what? It's called let's set another goal. And that's called PDCA. P, plan. D, do. C, check. A, um, assess, just to see how it's done. And act. You're going to have to act on it. So plan, do, check, and act. After you check, and did you hit it? If you didn't hit it, then act on it. If you hit it, then act on it. So you still need to do something. So what we're gonna do is plan, set your goal, plan it, check it. I mean, do it. After you plan it, then do it, and then check it after you do it, and then check to see if it's too much, too less, not enough, whatever. Then act on the results, and that's a cycle. And guess what? We're constantly doing it over and over and over and over again. As I say, this is the same system that Amazon, Walmart, every company uses. And y'all be like, why Walmart is so greedy? Why Amazon is so greedy? Why they keep on building more and more and more and more? Why? Because they're using this lean change system. They got to keep on going. I got to keep going. I got to keep going. I can't stop. These businesses can't stop. They continue growing. So with this overall, with everything we're talking about, the goal of everything is just don't stop. Never give up. Keep going. And when you got this system that can keep you going, it'll be much, much easier to run a business when you got a system that is assisting you step by step. And you have myself that's going to assist you and continue to do it and everything. So as we get this thing together, let's learn how to grow and put this thing together. Okay. So as we, every day I'm going to be on here every week, every day, except Tuesday. I'm doing 7 o'clock on Tuesday. I do my health on Tuesday. But Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I'll be on here at 1 o'clock. We may skip tomorrow. I may not be on here tomorrow, or I may be in my car doing it, but we'll see. I think I'm taking a trip with my grandkids and my kids. We're going to Myrtle Beach. I'm hearing something, South Carolina, man. If y'all didn't know this, I'm in Columbia. My bad. I'm in Columbia right now. I live in Columbia, South Carolina. My business, Silver Spoon Event Center, and the Ultimate Lean Academy is in Sumter, South Carolina. As I told you, I have a event building that we do weddings, reception. It's one of the best event center in the South Carolina. We book every Saturday. We have to look all the way to next year to find some Saturdays available, but we're looking to build more businesses. We're gonna also, I end up having two sections. I have one section that can hold like 120 people. That's the front section. And then the back section can hold 60 people. So you can have two events at the same time. It was a bank. I gutted it out. It was an old Bank of America, and I gutted it out. I gutted it out, and now it's one of the best building it is. So here goes some display of what y'all can see about this. And if anybody is in the area and you want to check it out, it's 670 West Liberty Street, Sumter, South Carolina, 29150. And anybody that want to check out the website is actually www.silverspooneventcenter.com. Okay, so as we about to end, we're going to talk about how, who I am and how we can make this thing work. As I told you, I'm David Witherspoon, and I've been living in Sumter probably from 0 to 19, 18. I went to college at South Carolina State. I ended up stopping that. I went back home, got a job, then realized that's not for me. And then I ended up going back to school again, and then ended up working at Eaton. And that's when the lean system got introduced at Eaton for the first time. And I say, I'm gonna take this and run with it. And I just started learning this lean system. I applied it to my life. I started taking this lean system, and I became the lean manager at my plant. And then I ended up getting promoted and went to Asheville, North Carolina, and stayed there for 5 years. And that's where I kind of changed my life right there. I ended up being a VP of all the lean system. And I traveled the world, China, Brazil, Mexico, different places around the world to implement this lean system. And 2015, I decided to retire. And I came back home and started all of my entrepreneur stuff here. And my goal was to teach this lean system to people who don't have the chance to learn the lean system outside of just being home. So if you don't want to leave Sumter, if you don't want to leave Columbia, you don't want to leave wherever you at, if you don't want to go to school to learn business, you don't have to. You can learn the system, and the system will change your business. The system will make you double your profit. If you do step by step of how I did it, the system will change your business. So ask this one question. Ask this one question. If your business is not running a system, then a system is running your business. Is your business running a system? Is your business running a business system? Not no system of, oh yeah, I'm running Excel. No. I'm talking about your overall business. If it's not running a system, then a system is running your business. Meaning that the government is running your business. Meaning that you're paying taxes. Meaning that you're working extra hard. That the government really wants you to work hard and not understand this lean stuff. That's why it's in China. That's why it's all over. That's why it's in major companies. That's why mom and pop shops, it's not working anymore. So let's use this lean system. We're going to learn it. We're going to grow our business, and we're going to succeed. Thank y'all for being here. I'll see y'all tomorrow. If not, I'll see y'all next week. Continue growing. And as again, I'm David Witherspoon, the change agent, the change guru, where we changing our life, mind, body, and soul, health, wealth, and happiness all over. Thank y'all. And as we get off, I want you to just learn.
Silver Spoon Event Center is a premier event space perfect for every event, big or small. Baby showers, corporate conferences, weddings, or cabarets, we have the space for you. Silver Spoon Event Center is a family-owned and operated establishment featuring Specially Made by Cheryl. Specially Made by Cheryl can put a silver spoon touch on any event. From decor, lighting, catering, Specially Made by Cheryl and the Silver Spoon Event Center is perfect for your every event need. For more information and to book your date, contact David or Cheryl Witherspoon at 803-968-0764 or 803-757-9208. Also, www.silverspooneventcenter.com.